Welcome to the Women Lighthouse podcast, your friendly guide through all the ups and downs of life. We're here to remind you that every woman has the strength to take charge of her journey and make her dreams come true. Each week, we'll share heartwarming stories and helpful tips from amazing women who have faced their own challenges, come out stronger. Tune in, get inspired, and let's start this exciting journey towards achieving your dreams together. The Women Lighthouse, your guide to a brighter tomorrow. Hello, ladies. You're welcome to today's episode of the Women Lighthouse podcast. So today we're going to be talking about your mentorship program checklist. But before we get right into the nitty-gritty of today's episode, let me begin by asking, have you participated in a mentorship program? That's the first question. The second question is, have you participated in a paid mentorship program? And how willing were you to bring out your money to invest in yourself? So in today's episode, I'm basically going to be taking you on why it is important to engage in a paid mentorship program and why it's important to invest in your personal development and the things you should look out for when planning towards enrolling in a mentorship program. So we know that generally, who doesn't like free things? Let me know if you are amongst those that do not like free things. Human beings, we love free things. Who doesn't want to just be showered with so much like TLC without having to bring out your own money to engage in that? That's the natural instinct for people to do things for us. But the question is, in leveraging on free personal development initiatives or mentorship programs, how willing are you to invest in yourself, like bring out that money and pay for it? So I recently enrolled in a mentorship program, and it's actually a paid mentorship program. There was a season of my life where bringing out money conveniently to invest in something was a big deal because I had other things I felt was really important that needed money. So this one that is for my personal development can't wait. But the thing is, most times, if you do not make yourself a priority, you will discover that you keep procrastinating and taking care of other legitimate responsibilities that require money but neglecting yourself. So on a second thought, I had to really think about it. And I knew that I'm the type that I love to learn from people. So I read a lot. I listen to a lot of YouTube videos, podcasts, things with regards to people that I want to learn from. I try to listen, engage in their resources. But I decided to also take it a step further when I heard this statement. I think I enrolled, yes, for a masterclass, a 2-day masterclass. And one of the speakers said that when it comes to mentorship, when you've identified who you want to be mentored by, even if it means paying to be in the same room as that person so that you can have proximity to that person, it's not a bad investment. So imagine, for instance, I follow Joyce Meyer a lot, Pastor Mildred Kingsley Okonkwo. Imagine if I'm to have a one-on-one session with any of these women. First, their time is valuable. It will be hard for me to have a one-on-one session with them, especially since I don't have a personal relationship with them. But every time that there is an opportunity to have a mentorship, because mentorship brings you closer, there's a closer connection that is built. If I'm reading their books, yes, I can read their books, I learn from their books or watch their videos, but I may not have that opportunity to interface with them close range, ask questions directly. But the moment I bring out that money I'm keeping for something else and pay for a mentorship session with either maybe Joyce Meyer or Pastor Mildred, I have moved to being in their room, in their space. I've gained proximity to them, to interact close range, to build a form of connection, to ask questions, and to learn. So if you're listening to me now and you want to be better than who you are now, and there are certain people you want to be mentored by, people you admire, if you had an opportunity to be in the same room with them, to ask them questions, first, search and see if they have opportunities for mentorship. And if it's a paid mentorship, begin to budget for it. Begin to save for it. Because you would find out that by gaining proximity with them, a lot of questions you have will be answered. So this is just the introduction. So let's enter into the main gist of this episode. So basically, I want to us to understand that many times people feel that, why should I spend so much money to gain mentorship when you know the value you are seeking for? You would weigh whether that thing you're seeking for in that mentorship compared to the amount they're telling you to pay, if it's valuable. So there are certain things that should be in your checklist when you want to enroll in a mentorship program. The first thing is you need to understand what is your goal. Like recently, I have always admired someone, Annie Kweme. She's an entrepreneur in the fashion brand. She has a fashion designing brand and all that. And when I had an opportunity to invite her to speak in a conference, after that I told her that I look forward to being mentored by you. Like, I really admire what you're doing, and there's a lot I want to learn from you. So, and she was like, oh yeah, some opportunities for mentorship will come up. And I told her I would definitely enroll. You need to define your goal. Why am I giving you this gist? You will definitely, there will be a lot of mentorship opportunities around. So the question is, what do you want? What are you seeking for? What area do you want to be mentored on? Is it business? Is it career? Is it whatever it is? Define your goal, because when you go into a mentorship program with a clearly defined goal, everybody's needs are different. A lot of things may be said in that program, but when you know what your goal is, you will keep your eyes on the prize. So one thing I had to tell myself is, if I have an opportunity to sit with Annie Kweme, what are the things I would want to ask her? And I wrote those things down. So as I'm going for a mentorship session with her, it's not a one-on-one session. Yes, it's a group session, but that's an opportunity for me to also ask those questions I've written down. You know, they say that a short pencil is better than a long memory. In other words, it's important to write it down. So in defining your goals, write it down. What are the things that, if I have an opportunity to meet with this person one-on-one or close range, I would be able to ask. So when you step into that mentorship session, you are not leaving that session until you have all your questions answered. So the first thing is, define what your goals are. Write it down. Let it be clearly stated. Also, you need to research on your mentor. Also, speaking about Annie Kweme, in that program I invited her to speak in, the first thing she did was ask the audience, how many of you researched about the speakers? What do you know about me? And by the time she was gauging the audience to hear what they had to say, one of them said that, I know that anything that I invite her for is definitely good. Whoever the speaker is definitely good. So in other words, the person did not research her. So, you know, when you research your proposed mentor, it helps you refine and define. There are some things that maybe you may want to ask in a mentorship session that has already been answered, maybe in their books or in their videos. So you don't waste, because see, time is valuable. Time with that person you want to spend, even if it's 5 minutes, just imagine you have 5 minutes to spend with that person. You will want to focus on the most important things that you know you've not found answers to based on your research. Imagine meeting with the person you want to be mentored by, and you're asking things that are readily available. You've wasted that little time you have. So the beauty about researching your mentor is you will observe their track record, you will observe the things they've been doing over time, if they align with your own values, and you would identify specifically what are some of the things you want to pick out. Like for someone like Anne Kweme, when I had an opportunity to listen to her, she started as a stay-at-home mom. When you look at her now, she's so successful at what she does in her craft and all. But there was a season of her life when her kids were still young and growing, and she was a stay-at-home mom. And I wondered, how was she able to transition from being a stay-at-home mom to growing a fashion brand? How did she start her business? Her business is not just about buying and selling and growing her brand. There's a kind of excellence in which she carries in her business, and she uses her business as a platform to advance God's kingdom. How does she do it? What defines those things that she does? Also, she markets what she produces. She's her model for her brand. So if she produces a piece, she is the model. Most times you look at her brand, she is the model. So you understand? So there are some things about business and entrepreneurship I want to ask. There are some things about the excellence in her craft. There are so many things. Because I have researched her, I have been following her, I've been listening to her. It's easy for me to clearly define the kind of things I will want to ask when I'm attending her mentorship session. So it's important that you research your mentor. Also, you need to check the structure of the program. Does it align with your schedule? Why this is important is it's not just about the person you want to be mentored by. Mentorship is, for it to be beneficial, it's a two-way thing. It's not just about attending a mentorship program and every time the schedule is fixed, you are not available. First, you will not have value for your money. Secondly, you will not have value to really interact and engage. So you need to check the structure of the program. What you want, is it group or is it one-on-one? Also, how long is the program? Will your current schedule or the things you're doing currently in your life, will you be able to accommodate it? If it can't accommodate it now, it's easy for you to plan for another opportunity so that you don't waste your money, you don't waste your time, and you don't miss out on the value that will be provided. So check the structure of the program before you go on to apply for it. Also, it's important to evaluate the cost and the value. I mentioned this earlier. So for instance, if you're going to spend, let's say, 20,000 naira to attend a mentorship program that would help you in crafting and growing your business so that you can earn up to 2 million every month. What's the value? 20,000 naira, 2 million. The difference. You know that you're definitely going to gain knowledge that you can apply and will increase the value of your business to 2 million once you invest that 20,000. So you need to weigh the value of what you will get from that mentorship program with the cost. Then when you see the value, you will know if of a truth you should invest in that mentorship program. So it's very important. Also, it's important for you to ensure that you are ready to show up and give in your best. You are ready to show up and give in your best so that when that opportunity comes, you are squeezing it out, squeezing all the value you can get. You are squeezing it out. So it's very important that you are not just going to meet with the person, oh, I've met with this person. And also, mentorship opportunities are opportunities for exchange of value in both ways. Yes, this person, exchange of value, you build connection with the person. I remember also another mentorship program where I just attended. It was like a master class for women in leadership. I've done a video on that before about networking, and I shared my experience in that master class. It was a master class I attended. From there, she announced about a mentorship program that she was going to do for women in leadership. And when I looked at the cost, I was like, God, I don't have this money at the moment. So first, I had to ask if there was an opportunity to pay before, towards the end, if there was a deadline, and they said yes. I was like, okay. When it was time to pay, like my hands were practically shaking. I said, God, giving this money for this mentorship is a big sacrifice. Is a big sacrifice because it means that during the course of the month, I will be so inconvenienced. But I looked at it as an investment. Do you know what that mentorship program has granted me? It has given me access. There's something they call the gift of men. Access. That's why I said mentorship gives you proximity. This is a person. Meanwhile, I'm going to mention her name. Her name is Oluchi Iseko, Mrs. Oluchi Iseko. And I want to use this opportunity to do a shout out to her and say thank you, Ma. I really, really love you, and I'm learning a whole lot from you. Thank you for the privilege to be mentored by you. And please, I encourage as many women to also look out for opportunities. Follow her on her Instagram page, which is the Diary of a Christian in Leadership. I'll tag it in this video. So, in fact, I'm dedicating this episode to her. So, basically, it has provided me proximity. I can reach out to her because she's like my accountability coach. I can reach out to her even if I won't get a response immediately, even if it's late. Maybe I just do something, I achieve something, I can just send her a text. First, I have her number. If I did not register for that mentorship session, I wouldn't have had that direct contact with her. I will just be following her on social media. I can ask questions and I can get feedback. I can speak with her for 30 minutes. We're not gisting about, no, she's mentoring me for 30 minutes, for 1 hour. And do you know what it would have cost me to pay if I just was to go to her office and say, oh, my, I want to have a one-on-one session with you for 1 hour, just only one hour. And do you know what it would cost? But I brought out that money. It wasn't convenient. I paid for it. And I said, this is an investment for me. So it's important. It can be difficult making those decisions. One of the ways to make it easy is to have a budget for your personal development. Even if it's 5% of your monthly salary, just keep it aside every month. If that month comes and there's nothing at the moment, leave it there. That's one thing I have learned. So I could comfortably remove my money and say, I'm going to pay for this mentorship session with Anne Kweme. And because there was a budget, so I didn't have to think twice. And you need to understand that you are doing this thing for yourself. It's not for anybody. It's for you. You are the one that will benefit. You are the one that will reap from it. You know, women, it can be hard sometimes to invest in ourselves. Every other thing is important. Children's school fees is important. Clothes for children is important. I remember when Pastor Mildred preached and she said that she will go abroad, buy things for her children, for her husband, for everybody. She will come back home. She did not buy anything for herself. She'll be looking for clothes to wear to church. Women can be like that. I encourage you to invest in yourself. Invest in your personal development. If you see a mentorship session that is paid and will provide value for your life and shift you from where you are to where you ought to be, go for it. Go for it. Plan it. Structure it. Let it be part of your life. You may not even see the value now, but in years to come, you will be grateful. And another thing that helped me in paying for that mentorship session with Oluchi Iseko was when I thought about it, I said, okay, if I say, let me leave it till next year, what is the current value of dollars? The value of dollars last year and the value of dollars this year, I did the same thing. Dollars waste for no man. The value is going to go up. So the money that I'm running away from this year, And I'll say, oh, I'll do it next year. Next year will come and that fee will be like times 2. So which would have been better for me, that I closed my eyes and paid that money now that is affordable, or wait till next year and it's times 2. Meanwhile, I heard that there is going to be an increment in the renewal and purchase or production of international passports. And the increment is like more than times 3 of what it used to be before, or times 2 of what it used to be before. That shows that the value of naira or dollars or whatever will not wait for you. So don't procrastinate on investing in yourself and in your mentorship and in your growth. Your family will be grateful that you did. When your worth will increase from 500,000 monthly to 1 million monthly because you chose to bring out 50,000 to invest in yourself, it's definitely worth it. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. I hope this episode helped you. Please just spread the word for me and share and subscribe also for more helpful content on women's health and lifestyle. I am your girl, Oyeme Hamilton. See you on our next episode. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Women Lighthouse podcast. We really hope today's episode has given you some great tools, resources, and a boost of confidence to take charge of your journey. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. You can also follow us on our social media handle for even more tips and a wonderful community that's all about supporting your growth. Join us next time for more uplifting stories and encouraging insights. Until we meet again, keep shining bright, stay inspired, and embrace your unique path to a better tomorrow.